All right, man. So we back. We back with another to producer's eye. We got my man Georgie. We got a special guest from across the bridge. I would guess you would say across the bridge. I'm not too sure, but someone that I grew up with and kind of been inspired by his journey. We had early conversations when he was coming up in the game, the coaching game, the administrative game. But now he's doing his own thing with Train 42, strength and conditioning, mental conditioning, and owns his own business, his own brand, his own gym. So shout out to my man Harry.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you
Some
for
people
having
know
me.
him as Goober.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you, man. What you excited about now? What's going on? Talk to us.
I'm just excited about the day, man. The day has
Yeah.
been amazing. Thankful to have been tapped on the shoulder to come and just share with the youth what I know and pass the baton a little bit this morning with Will Dawkins.
Oh.
Shout out to Will, man. I think
Yeah.
we got the enshrinement going on. Obviously, guys are getting inducted, and shout out to all the inductees. But I think the area really needs to be excited about Will being here. Like that's what the highlight really should be,
For sure.
because he's doing his thing with the 413 brand fit, which is dope.
Yep.
A little play on the words there, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And just what they did at the South End Community Center, just seeing everybody come together and seeing all the familiar faces that played, whether it be high school basketball,
Right.
youth basketball, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you just felt the energy in the building. So I'm just excited about today. Excited to get the text and say, hey, like, hope you're available at this time. Like,
Yeah,
listen,
man.
adding it to the schedule.
Yeah, he did. He did say that.
And then we'll be able to go ahead and really enjoy what's going on here in the city of Springfield today with the enshrinement tonight.
Nah,
So,
that's dope. That's dope. And when I walked into the gym, it was dope to kind of see all the faces that I grew up with, and then to see their kids there and kind of seeing who he is and just seeing Will run the show. That was dope. That was really dope.
and I think
Shout
that's
out to Will,
that's the
man.
dope thing too. Like you go to these types of events, and if it's whoever it is that's running that event, and it's like
Right.
their camp, but you never really get to work with them.
Yeah.
Like Will was out there working.
Yeah.
He was in the mix, like full out there with the kids,
Yeah,
working with them.
Yeah. He's a junkie. He's a basketball junkie. Yeah. And
love.
always he had to be to get where he's at. Shout out to him, man. But let's talk about you though.
Yeah.
So talk about growing up in Holyoke
Yeah.
and aspirations. I know you played football, but you also played basketball as well.
Yeah, I
growing
did a
up.
little bit of everything, man.
Yeah. So talk about like what was it like you growing up training for sports and what you had, the resources you had or didn't have, as opposed to now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think growing up in Holyoke, it was amazing. Like where I grew up like in a housing project, Bowden Village, and I just had access to other kids. So that was like a big thing. That was like the foundational stuff in terms of just playing sports. Like we played basketball, we played football, we played baseball. Definitely broke a couple windows during that time. Definitely playing the hardball we shouldn't have been, but just had a lot of fun as a kid because of that. I was the only child, so I lived with my mother and stuff, and so I was able to just go ahead and make the most of that. And have a lot of friends with that piece, and I think that's where the social component comes in for sure. And then as things went on, we moved around the city a little bit. Ended up in like South Holyoke. I met Nate Pollard. Again, we played a ton of one-on-ones over at Big Pool.
Lefty?
Lefty, yeah.
I remember Nate.
Yeah,
I
Nate was
remember
awesome, man. He was
Yeah,
amazing.
good player.
Very good player.
Yep.
So the iron sharpens the iron.
Yeah.
And he was a lefty, so I got to learn how to guard up on a lefty.
Yeah, they're tricky too.
They're tricky. So, so yeah, we lived at South Holyoke. That was happening, and then eventually we ended up moving, back up towards the high school area. So when you get off of 391, right in that area, right off the exit, I was kind of right there. So walking distance to the high school during my high school time, and that's when I met my mentor. Man, that was the biggest, transition in my life was meeting Mike Sullivan, and Mike Sullivan was the one that put the weights in my hand.
Yep.
So I was like this very good athlete. I played basketball, baseball, football.
Yeah.
But I was just a natural athlete. So I was like I would say mediocre type of athlete. Like I was good, but I wasn't great.
Yeah.
And I think when I learned to add the strength and conditioning component to the repertoire, really, like that's where it became next level.
Yeah.
And I started to gain that additional confidence in what I was bringing to the table.
Yeah.
And then so in a very short period of time, I got very strong, and I took it very serious.
Give me like when was this?
That was 2005. Yeah. So I met.
So this
Mike
is
in
you were
March.
in like a freshman?
Junior going into senior year.
Junior going
Yeah,
into
yeah.
senior.
So I'd been selected all Western Mass. Was playing against like Solomon Bayman and stuff from Commerce, man.
Yeah.
That's again 20 plus years of relationship with now Saw after competing. So just love him, man. And I started training right after basketball season. We had got bumped out for the first time like 20 years, Holyoke in basketball. It was that was a tough one right there. Like first time in Regali's career that a team had not made the playoffs.
Wow.
We didn't get. I think we had like 8 or 9 wins.
Yeah, y'all, Holyoke is always, when it comes to basketball, Holyoke, like y'all always had that one guard who was just a dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had Max, you had Bags, you had Eddie Almodovar.
Yeah,
Then you had
that's my brother-in-law.
Then you had his little brother.
Yeah, Josue.
Josh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
You start throwing those names around, it gets
shout
crazy.
out to them, man. And then it goes up even a little more where you had Waldo.
Yeah, with Baldo, yeah. So Baldo, yeah.
And then before that, my older brother's age, you had bigger dude. He was like a forward.
Robert Sisson.
Maybe him.
Yeah, Sisson. You had who else? Wilfredo Cabrera. Yeah, Ramon Cosme back in the 93 time.
Y'all has always had.
Yeah.
Y'all always had guards.
So that was a tough one. That was a tough one to swallow. Man, like how this happened, right?
Yeah.
That's how they are now, though.
Yeah, we're tough.
Like I was about to say, I was at Hoop Hall. They was playing hard.
Same thing.
Yeah, I was at the
probably a team
guards out of the court.
So Baldo's son, right?
Okay.
Jael, he's one of our first kids in Train 42.
Okay.
Won the Lahovich in 2022.
Okay.
And then now his little brother Aiden's the one that was probably tough at Hoop Hall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they played against Pope. That was the 2 overtime game. That was a
I was the guy under the hoop with the camera.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yo, I gotta watch out.
That's the one thing about Holyoke. They're gonna have some guards. They're gonna be physical. They're gonna play hard. They're gonna move the ball. Like, they play the right way.
Yeah.
And shout out to
They always got a Bags with curly hair. Yeah,
Bags is the coach,
Bags
right?
is that coach, man.
Yeah, so they kind of seeing them play. I saw on YouTube. I watched the game, but it's a resemblance of the way Bags played. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. And I just love that he's again back to passing the baton.
Yeah,
so he's back just like imparting the knowledge on others and just really helping the next generation. That's what we're doing with Train 42.
Yep.
And again back to my mentor Mike.
Yeah.
This is where that comes, right? This is now the evolution of that. We started in his basement, back in 2005. Now 20 years later, we're in my garage. And I was just saying that we just had our last session in the garage last Friday.
Yeah,
and so we go from a 400 square foot garage. Now we got 2 locations.
Crazy. But before we even get to that,
go ahead.
Before we get to that, because that's where we're gonna transition to, college, and then after college. What was your mindset? Where were you at mentally in terms of like, after college, I want to train, I want to do this, or was it something else?
Yeah. So the journey, man.
Yeah.
Right? So back to 2005.
Yep.
Mike Sullivan walks into my life. My stepfather, Mike Peltier, leaves my life. I'm talking about one day to the next, April 7, 2005. Remember, like yesterday, like leaves to work and never shows back up.
Wow.
Like we get a call at 9:30. I'm in Alabama. I see my mother crying, and so when one Mike left my life, one Mike entered.
Wow.
And the one that entered was the difference maker.
Wow.
So senior year rolls around. I break my collarbone the last day of preseason. I was like, me and Solomon were gonna go in and go crazy. Yeah. Like he was at Commerce. I was at Holyoke. We had a good team. And so I ended up having to look at the prep school route. Yep. So go to Suffield for a year, end up working there, which is amazing. Yep. And then it all worked out. Like I didn't have the film that I needed to think about ones. I was thinking about like Patriot League, Bucknell, Colgate, Fordham, and Holy Cross was like the main one. But it didn't work out at Holy Cross, and they gave my name to Trinity, and that's when I ended up at Trinity.
Okay.
And so that was the best. That was the best thing.
Real quick, and we go touch back on that.
Yeah.
Recruiting back then, were you putting yourself in positions to kind of get the scouting and everything you needed in high school, or did you know, or how did you handle that?
Yeah, I just went to like 1 or 2 camps, and it was like, if my coach got a pamphlet in the mail, right? Like then we went to. So I remember going to like a wide receivers quarterback camp at Governor's Academy, which is actually eventually like cool stuff. Is where the first kid in Train 42 ended up going to repeat.
Wow.
So just a lot of things like that happened in my story, and at this point in my life, I'm turning 37 in a couple days, and I just don't believe in coincidence, man. Like all these things are aligning. I was just sharing that with you, right? Like be where your feet at, man, because you'll see that as you get to your moments and you're reaching for the things, you're gonna go ahead and attract the things that are for you, right? But if you're puffing and puffing in your moment and you're like, man, this is no good. I'm not enjoying myself. I hate this. I hate that. You're not gonna attract that. You're gonna deflect it. So I just try to be where my feet are, man, and I've always been that way. So went to a couple of those camps that, again, they were just kind of random ones. Yeah. But there wasn't as much flow as there is right now, and that's why I love for the kids right now. It's like you should be attending that camp. You should go to that one day. Yeah. And if you had that opportunity, go ahead and do so. Yeah. And then all the trainers that are happening right now, and again, you got to go ahead and navigate that properly, because you could end up in a bad situation. But there's just so much access for our kids right now to get trained, to get better. And then let's not even talk about the internet. The internet's its own thing. So
No, I know.
Just beautiful times, man.
Yeah.
Like beautiful.
But no,
times.
I just wanted to talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
In my
There was no
story,
guidance.
I didn't, I didn't navigate it the right way, and it's not because it's just a lack of knowledge, a lack of know-how, and I feel like that's something that I see now, especially in the football space in Springfield, is they got some people that are putting these kids in position at a younger age.
Yeah.
I think it's I forget the name. I forget his name. He's the coach of Central. His Pop Watson.
Oh yeah, Bill Watson.
Bill Watson. Waddy.
Yep.
And I'm sure it's a similar in
people,
Holyoke too, where you guys have some people in place that are kind of guiding these kids now.
Yeah, I think back to the remember when we were doing the City of Guards.
Yeah.
And you invited the Paper City Basketball Club. We started that.
Yeah.
And it was all those players. It was Maxwell. It was Bags that was involved.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law Omar, and there was Mike Colley. There's a bunch of people, Kelly Curran, all these cats that were just looking to give back. And it was like, we were probably like 15 deep.
Right.
And again, that kind of phased a little bit because of COVID.
Right.
And then we had some of those original coaches, John Moquin and Ben Mann.
Yeah.
They said we're going to bring it back. And so Paper City's back.
That's dope.
And so there's a lot of good things that are happening in Holyoke right now. And I think for us as Train 42, us being able to situate ourselves right on High Street in downtown Holyoke, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be welcoming Holyoke Youth Football.
Right.
Right. Kind of SYF is rocking right now too. Right. Like we're not trying to, right. It's just like anything in life is that go ahead and take what you can from people, put your own spin on it. Right. Right. It's not that you're trying to emulate, but there's just enough to go around, and it's about the kids, man.
Yeah.
So you're going to see Holyoke Youth Football is going to collab a lot with Train 42. The Paper City Basketball Club is definitely going to be collaborating with Train 42. And so, as I just shared with you again, is that all these things that I've done in my life, I fundraised at Suffield. I'm fundraising right now for Train 42. Right? The strength and conditioning stuff I did at Suffield, I'm now doing that with Train 42. That has led to my life.
Yeah.
I worked at Train for Life for a little while.
Yeah.
All these things. And then I worked for 2 entrepreneurs during my time as well. So now I'm
picking,
living that.
You're picking from each thing and putting it together.
Just putting my own spin on the wheel. So life's a beautiful thing, man. And I've had some tragedy too. That's the thing. Is that a lot of people forget about it because I'm just like positive person every single day. Today's day 130, by the way. 130 days straight, 1 mile or more.
Really?
Like, I don't play around, man. When it comes to it, like, all the systems that I learned at 16 when I met Mike Sullivan, I'm still utilizing them at 37.
Georgie's at like what are you at, 1 day, 1 mile? What you at?
Hey, he worked with Georgie.
All right.
That's all right, Georgie.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I can't running. Like,
But it's whatever
tough.
that works.
But you know what I have been doing? I've been playing more ball. Like, not even 5-on-5, just working out on my own now. And it's like, I don't know why I'm doing it now, but I'm just like, because I don't like running. So it's like, all right, I'll rather get a workout, get a sweat in from this. But it's just, I don't know, it's weird.
Seth, do you enjoy that?
I love it, bro.
That's all that
It's like, it's therapy, bro.
It's therapy.
It's therapy, man. So that's why I stick to it. But that's 130 days, 1 mile a day.
Or more, Or more. So I've done as many in this time. I've done as many as 15. Like I went out for 15. Wow. Ran my first marathon last year, right around this time. And the goal initially in 2024 was that I'm going to run a half.
Yeah.
And I ran a half for my 36th birthday. And I looked at the times. I felt great. And my buddy goes, yo, man, you should just go ahead and run Hartford. It's in a month. Just do it. You're already training.
Yeah.
And I went and did Hartford, man. It was dope because I got to have my kids there and my wife. And the dope thing with Hartford is that's where Trinity's at, and that's where I went to school. Wow. So my first marathon, I got to bring it home, kind of. And so I just I'm a big person on story, man. I love story.
Yeah.
My story is a dope story. I'm learning to embrace that more. Before I'll be, oh yeah, but like your story's better type of thing. Like in conversation. Yeah. And now, like this is the type of stuff I should be doing. I should be sharing this more.
Yeah, you should.
Because I think, more young people can relate, and I think your story's, powerful. I think your story's powerful, but I need to be proud about my story.
For sure. And that's one of the reasons why I even reached out, because it's like, I think, and that's why we do this. It's like, it's not, we don't making money from this. It's nothing financial gain for this. It's just hearing your story and building with people and connecting with people. Now it's like, he does videography. Now it's like, yo, he has a chance to go out and connect with you. And now you're bridging the gap. Now you guys are connected. So I think that's why we do it. And then just to get everybody's stories out, because everybody got a story.
And who are the people that were just here again? Nick and...
we had just had the founder of Venice Ball from California and Hoop Bus.
That's it.
But not only that, we had his cousin, Nate Smith, who's, I think is a genius in terms of picking things up technology-wise. And he got maybe 100 followers. And we had him on. So it's
crazy.
like you learn something and you learn different things from each person. Well, I have from watching those episodes back. But nah, bro, this is you definitely should be telling your story, because your story is it's.
And this is a new chapter, you know. Like I said, and I know we're gonna get there eventually, like where Train 42 is at and stuff like that. But the loss, man, you know, the loss is a lot.
Yeah.
Because again, as I went into college, went through my freshman year, that was tough in itself. As you transition to college, because you're the man.
1,000%.
Right, you're the man, and you go in like, yeah, I should be playing.
Yeah.
But the reality is that you got things to learn, man. So as much as you're a good athlete, and yeah, all those things add up. But what about the cerebral side of stuff? And that's where at Trinity College, like I was very fortunate that the head coach of my team was my position coach as well. So I had Jeff Devaney and I had Dwayne Tyler. Dwayne Tyler was like an all league guy at Trinity, knew Trinity very well. He was from the DMV and stuff, and so we just connected really well. So he was like the DB coach, like in more of like the corners. So I got to learn a lot from him. And then Coach Devaney was the best because we got to be with the head coach every single day. And so you in film, that was one thing we didn't do in high school. And then again, continuation of that strength and conditioning stuff. Joe DeMarco at the time at Trinity, he was with the Buffalo Bills for a little while. Wow. And him and I we just got along really, really well. So it made the offseason enjoyable.
That's good.
So then you enter the sophomore year, and you're one play away because, you know, one of the corners went down. I'm next up. Yeah. I started the rest of my career at Trinity.
That's amazing.
And so we went 27-5. So we achieved a lot, which was awesome.
Did you play both ways?
Nah, not in college, man.
Oh, you're not in college?
At least not for our team, you know. Yeah. We had good depth, so we had some really good ballers there.
So you was DB?
DB, yeah. I played corner. So I played a lot of the boundary, played the short side of the field, so I was very physical. Yeah. Because in D3, definitely you think that's the easier throw.
Could you catch?
What? Let's get there. Let's get there.
That's the thing about DBs, like,
you know, them hands, man, they're there. I think the cool thing. So then sophomore year was around, and I'm one play away. We end up winning the league in the NESCAC, which is awesome. Yeah. Right, the Tiny Ivy, whatever you want to call us. So we go 8-0, we go undefeated, and then a month later I lose my mother, the biggest loss in my life.
Sorry to hear
at 20 years old. It's been 16 years now. You know what I'm saying? So at 20 years old, you lose your mother, like your world. She was epileptic, had an epileptic seizure, didn't get up from it. And I'm at Trinity at the time studying for an exam, and I'm about to come home for the break. Like, I'm gonna be back home with my mother. We're gonna be good. Yeah. We get back with Mike, make some money because he had a business and stuff that I could work for during the breaks. And fortunately, right, Tim Dunn, shout out Tim Dunn. Yeah. He was my roommate, and that was my AAU. Like, we played AAU for Trailblazers.
Familiar with Tim Dunn?
Absolutely. So and shout out to Felix Gonzalez, right? Trailblazers. Like, he opened up so many doors for so many young people, including myself. And we were that Trailblazer crew that really, you know, put, I think, Trailblazer on the map. Yeah. And ran through it. But yeah, Tim looked out, got me back home. Lost mom, took a semester off from school. For sure. And it was the best thing I did because I got right. Yeah. Right. So everybody else like, nah, Goob, you got to go back to school. And I'm like, I'm good here. I need to be here right now and like figure this out. Like, what's this gonna look like? What's life after mom gonna look like? Right. And so I did that. I took a class at HCC real quick just to keep things moving. Yeah. And the best thing that I did back to the strength and conditioning is every Sunday I go down to Trinity and go train with my teammates. Nice. Just to like let them know, like, yo, fellas, I'm coming back, man. Just I need some time. Yep. And that's one of the most vivid memories I have. Is I was going through that tough time. It was December. It was cold, and the equipment manager at the time, Mark Moynihan, he pulled up on a Sunday and got all the jerseys out for all the fellas, and we had about 40, 45 kids. You know, my teammates pull up to the wake. Wow. Powerful.
I would have been waterworks.
Right? Even thinking about it, I'm like, damn, man.
Yeah, that's
let me not do it. Nah. But just beautiful stuff. And so I took that off, came back. Yeah. And this is where like the kids need to know, man. This is where like the schooling stuff, I know like people are talking trades, and I believe in that a lot more than I did back then. It was like big American dream. You got to go to college. You got to. Yeah. But I studied abroad in Australia. Yeah. You know, so I go back for junior year, fall. And then my coach is a big believer in that. So I studied abroad in Australia for 4.5 months. Wow. My wife got to go down and visit me down there, you know. So we've been rocking for 20 years. So backbone right there. Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Kimberly, yeah.
Nah, I mean, losing moms, that's
yeah, it was tough.
Sorry to hear that, bro. But nah, it seems like mentally you did the right things that you needed to do at the time to kind of recover from that. For sure. But I mean, you never fully recovered from that. Nah. But, so do you feel like you're a certain way because of the loss that you have? Yeah. Like with your kids, or how do you know what I mean? Like, do you appreciate them even more? I feel like I would, you know what I mean? Is that something that you kind of mindful about?
Who's behind me?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's dope, man.
You know, so like just like you and your daughter, like I see her. Right? We saw you guys at the Celtics game back in April, and anytime I can bring my kids with me somewhere, I go.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think, you know, I didn't. My father passed away when I was 4. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I never knew. You know, it's certain things that you miss. You don't realize you miss them at the time. You don't realize you miss it when you're in college, but when you become a parent, it's like little things. Like, damn, I wish somebody did that for me. I wish I had that. And it's little things like that. So I can only imagine like not having both, and still, you know, being successful and still being positive and still doing all that. So that's tip my hat to you for that, for real, because that's tough, bro. That's tough.
You got to show up every day, man. That's like a big mentality that I pass on to the kids I work with here. Now with Train 42 and just in general, like I've always passed that on. Even during that semester I took off in 2008, I started mentoring at 20 after I just suffered the worst loss of my life. And I'm already giving back in 2008. And again, I'm still in touch with Michael Valentin today. And now Michael's a father to Caleb, and he lives down in North Carolina. And anytime I put out any merch or anything like that with Train 42, he's like all over it. And I'm actually going to be running the Rocky Half Marathon in Philadelphia with him in November. You know, and this is a kid, again, I met in 2008.
Yeah.
He was an 8th grader. And so my social studies teacher put me in touch with him. He's like, hey, this might be a good opportunity for you to like get your mind off things a little bit and just come like give back. And so that's kind of where I started my mentoring journey was then. And came back from Australia strong. Yeah. You know, throw the headphones on while I was out there, wrote in a journal. Yeah. Read Mom's journal, learned a lot about her. She was going to give me up. Like not for adoption, but she was going to pass me off to like one of our family members. I never knew that about her.
How old was she?
She was 39 when she passed.
No,
she was 20. She was 20.
Yeah,
so she had just had me at 19.
That's tough.
And so I think about it, right? Like I always reflect on, one, I lost her at 20. So that, again, she had just had a kid at 20. Yeah. But then like as I've gone about my life, like as I'm 36 now, she was, you know, she passed away at 39. So what was her life at 36 years old? It was very different than the life I'm living today. Yeah. And so I'm just thankful for that distance traveled. And I'll talk about that a little bit more, I think, as we talk about like what's going on with Train 42 today and stuff like that. Just fire, man. Just thinking about a lot of the stuff. And so I come back from Australia. A couple of my teammates didn't invest in like the gym membership. And I did. And I came back and I had an All-American season at Trinity. So we talk about, can I catch the ball? I led the nation in interceptions in 2010.
Hey, talk that talk.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like,
talk that talk.
You got to, man. Yeah. And I share that because from Western Mass, man, 413, you know, like Division III product over there.
Train 42, right?
Yeah.
When did you start thinking about it? And then when did you really make that first step towards it?
Yeah, 2019 was the idea. Okay. I was working at Train for Life at the time. Okay. And you know, I had this idea, and I think it goes back even further. So back when I was working at Suffield, I worked at Suffield Academy from 2012 to 2016. Yeah. And there was a specific point at Suffield, I would always have our barbers, you know, my barber travel down and come give us haircuts because you're not getting the cut you need to get in Suffield, Connecticut, man. You know what I mean? So back to the mentorship piece, we was having our barber come down and give us haircuts. And it was myself, it was Bryce McAllister, which we'll tell a story about with these shoes here if you're wondering about those. It was Andy Morales, it was Chad Woodfine, and it was Christian Wilkins. Yeah. Right? So we was all there. All of us got to Suffield in different ways. But we're all at Suffield right there, but we all from the 413. Right. But we all got there differently. Yeah. So through like all the workouts we was doing, we called ourselves the 6 a.m. risers. I would bring them to the gym in the morning, they get right, go eat breakfast, boom, they're in class by 8 o'clock. Wow. So we would lift Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday was a break. There's usually some prep school games on Wednesdays. And so then we do Thursday and Friday. And yeah, man, we just kind of came together. And I was like, man, you got CJ. CJ's coming from Boys Club New York. You got Taj Herring. He's coming from Hartford Youth Scholars. Like, why is there not something in Western Mass that is like this bridge, right? This funnel. Yeah. And so we all kind of said at that time, we should create something someday. When you guys are adults, I'm the adult at the time there. I'm 25 years old or so. Right. I'm like, yo, someday when you guys are adults, we'll give back together. Yeah. And so we kind of came together again, you know. It was myself, Bryce, Christian, and Chad, and I came up with the name of Train 42. So Train, I was working at Train for Life, and then the 42, you know, it's 4 times the effort, 2 times success. You know, so we tried to put a little spin on it too, because Christian was getting ready for the for the NFL draft. So I was like, all right, let's have a little fun. He wore that number in college, and it hasn't been about him.
Yeah.
He's actually never really been involved fully.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but we wish him the best and everything like that. Yeah. But 4 times the effort, 2 times success. You give more effort, you're more successful. So as I look around now, 37, and I got a lot of my high school guys or wherever it is, and even the guys I spoke about, they've given more effort than their peers, man. They've been more successful. So
you put in that
just
work.
some dope stuff, man. There's a lot of backstory. For sure. And there was a lot of grind time down at Suffield that we did with those guys. And I'm just thankful to have been the person that was where my feet were.
Yeah.
I could have been like, nah, I'm going to sleep in. Like, my time is up. I didn't make it to the NFL. Because even right before I got to Suffield and got that job, I tried out for the Jets and the Browns in the regional combines because I was All-American at Trinity. 9 interceptions, 8 games, 1.13 per All-American, AP, AFCA. We did it all. And so it was our time. And so I trained. I started a group called I'm Running for Holyoke.
I remember that.
And just tried to give back.
Yeah.
And we had like this stick figure,
I still got the shirt.
Probably, man.
I still got the shirt.
It's somewhere, man. So just blessed, man. And again, back to what I was sharing with you is that even I'm Running for Holyoke, that was the civic engagement. That was the community give back. And now here I am with Train 42, like putting all these different efforts into one place and turning into my life's work rather than working the 9 to 5 and then trying to do. And it's been a grind, man.
And that's why we got you here, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's called the Producers Aisles because, you producing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In any field, any lane you're in, you're doing it. And I think that's one of the reasons why we wanted you here.
Absolutely.
So, talk to us about the sneakers real quick.
Yeah, so as we fast forward,
let me see these, man.
So the NFL, man, like, and as we kind of talked about it earlier today while we was with Will. Yeah. That was a lot of the conversation that was happening was there's different ways to make it to the league.
1,000.
Whether you're talking about the NFL or you're talking about with Will, with the Wizards.
Yep.
And how he's built himself. You know what I mean? So we have our own success story that made it to the league without playing on Sundays.
Right.
So Bryce McAllister, he's from East Long Meadow.
Yeah.
Met Bryce while I was getting ready for the NFL Combine. We were working with the same trainer at the time, and then Bryce ended up reclassifying from EL to Suffield. And when he reclassified, he played 1 season, and then his junior year, I come in to work at Suffield. So we reconnect there. Yeah. Again, we had those ideas about giving back someday, whatever it is. And then fast forward, Bryce goes to UMass and UConn, earns a bachelor's and a master's during his time. And that's what we got to pass on to a lot of these kids. Like, you can go get the scholarship and stuff, but use the scholarship.
Right.
Right? That's the same thing Christian Wilkins did, right? He got his master's during his time at Clemson. Smart guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a lot of that foundational stuff was happening at Suffield. You know what I mean? And those guys are amazing. And just proud of them. So fast forward, Bryce ends up getting the job with the Bears last year.
I saw that.
Right? Yeah. And so he's in player engagement, and he had the opportunity to do the My Cleats, My Cause.
Oh, dope.
And so, right, because he's not a player, he doesn't get cleats, but he gets Air Forces. And so we set up a nonprofit aside from Train 42 called Connect, Develop, Play. And those are the 3 pillars of what we do with Train 42. We connect with kids, we help them develop, all with the goal to go out and play. Yeah. Play right now is athletics. But now, as you get older, the Bryces, the other people, the Andy Morales of the world that we've mentored, they're playing the game of life.
Right.
So that's where the mentorship comes in heavy. So shout out to Bryce, man. Bryce really.
Yeah, those are tough.
And then this is our tagline, right? Like, win the day.
Win the day.
Like, we're not worried about yesterday. We're not worried about tomorrow. Like, seize it.
Yeah.
So we heard Carpe Diem in literature, right? What was in school and stuff like that. But we flipped that into what we do as athletes.
Dope.
Win the day.
That's fire.
And it has nothing to do with that scoreboard, man.
That's fire, man.
So
what does success look like for you in like the next 5 years with Train?
With everything,
personal,
just being present, man. Every day is about being present. So, like I said, I'm 130 days straight right now, just running 1 mile or more.
You document it?
Yeah, it's all documented.
On
like
what?
NRC, or I'm on Strava right now too.
On what?
On Strava.
No, I mean like social media wise. Are you like?
Yeah, I'm sharing every single morning. Single morning. Yeah, if you go to my social right now, you see me at 6:50 this morning.
Really? I gotta tap in.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
The algorithm ain't working for you right now, man.
Yo, you know what it is though? My algorithm. If you look in it, I guarantee you, it'll be all tennis.
Yeah.
It'll be all tennis.
You're locked in on that.
Yeah, I'm locked in trying to.
Yeah, you don't like none of my stuff either.
I need to go to.
I know what yours is. I know what yours is, Georgie. You might get fired if we say what yours.
I definitely need to tap in with the tennis piece. We just went to City Field on Sunday, and the U.S. Open's happening at the same time, so it's crazy. I'm like, I got to make my way down here to come experience that.
Yeah,
and I think you've went, right?
Yeah, we've been, me, my daughter, and my parents. We've been the last 4 years. I want to say.
Yeah.
It's a dope experience.
That's what I'm saying.
We just pay for grounds ticket. If you pay for grounds tickets, you can get into any arena except for like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But if you go like the first couple of days, you see like top names. We saw Venus. We saw Coco. We saw all the top tennis players. It's a dope experience, bro.
And I think it expands our horizons, and just in terms of like when you walk in different rooms.
Oh, bro.
Right. So then now it's conversation pieces, right? Like, why I brought these sneakers. I just said, it's might be a great conversation piece.
Yeah.
So we're just really proud of Bryce, man. We're just proud of what he's done.
Yeah.
The life that he's building. And for me, again, being very present is number one. Is just being here, taking care of my personal health. So then that way only I can give to my family, and then tertiarily, right, going down to Train 42. And how I lead with Train 42 is just through action, man, and making sure that I'm staying on tune in terms of what athletes need.
Yeah.
And again, there's multiple levels to that. There's definitely the physical piece. You can lift weights and change direction, jump and all stuff. But just understanding where kids are coming from every day.
For sure.
Whether that be their family structure, the school that they're going to, what their goals are. Like it may no longer serve a kid to be at a public school. So we might talk about prep school with them.
Yeah.
And educating them that it sounds good to go prep, but it's got to be like the full family's got to be bought in. You experienced that with your niece, right?
Mm-hmm.
The full family has to be bought in.
1000%.
So just looking at all those things, and then getting to the point of like we just helped the young man and his family just understand financial aid, like how that works, because the gentleman, this kid I'm talking to, he's like, oh, I got it covered. Like, look at my financial aid package, and he had gotten a grant towards his housing. He was like, oh yeah, like $1,000. They gave that to me. Like that's gonna cover my housing. And Seth, you and I both know, like, housing at school is not $1,000. Definitely today is not $1,000.
That might be books,
right?
If that,
right? So it is a portion. So just educating throughout that process to navigate it the proper way, and just really help them attain their goals.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest things of how I lead is I read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, and man, that's been monumental in how I lead daily. Is because everybody talks about the goals, but it's not about the goals, it's about the systems. Like if you put the habits and the systems together, you can attain any goal. So once we attain this goal, like what happens? Then you plateau and you're like, oh shoot, like what do I do now?
Right.
But then when you have that system in place, like I said, I'm still using the same systems and stuff. Again, a little bit of evolution because I'm a different person, but the same systems that I attacked things with back in 2005, I can attack them in 2025 almost the same way, and then put the spin on it. So that's the type of conversations we're having. We have a word of the week every week. Last week we talked about being impeccable with your word, and that comes from the 4 Agreements. I read that book while I was in Puerto Rico on vacation.
Are you reading these books? Or are you listening?
I'm reading them. Yeah. And I'm a terrible reader. That's the thing. I should be listening to them.
I do. I've been on the. I listen to more books than I read now.
Yeah.
I read maybe like. I need to read more, but I listen to books. I'm on 1.25. I don't know if who does this, but I watch movies at like 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch if a show is good, I'll do it at 1.25. And if it's like really good, I'll watch it regular speed. But
man,
I have to like.
That's you then.
Yeah.
I've never even thought about speeding it up.
Bro, it changes everything.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
Yeah.
But nah, that's dope, man. That's dope. The tapped into the books and all that. Atomic Habits. I listened to that one.
Yeah.
So I try to kind of bits and pieces I'm adding to my daily as well.
The habit stacking is huge.
Yeah.
Putting things in the room that are gonna remind you to do the secondary thing.
Yeah.
So it takes the thinking out of it. It's just it becomes second nature.
Yeah.
So I do that a lot. Just I drink electrolytes every morning, right? Then I have my coffee about a half hour later.
Tapped in.
You get down, go off for that run, and then I'm usually ready to cook the kids breakfast. That's my thing. Wifey's like
you got your morning. Yeah, I'm a breakfast guy too.
Yeah, wifey takes care of that.
What's your vice, man? What is it? Cake? What is it? Cookies? Like
I like the sweets for sure.
You a sweets guy?
I'm a sweets guy, yeah. But the thing is you learn, right, like you learn very quickly, like you eat too much of it and you're cooked.
Oh yeah.
Just like anything else, right? Like
That's
just like working out, just like running, like you learn that. And like fortunately for me, I learned that at 31. Like there was a breaking point and I was like, yeah, I gotta chill.
Yeah.
Because I felt invincible. Through all these processes, right? Like all the stuff that's happened in my life.
Yeah.
I felt invincible, man. Like I felt like I could do whatever I wanted. Like the rules didn't apply to me. You know, because who are you to tell me I'm successful? I went to Suffield. I bought into that way too much.
Yeah.
Of like what that means, right? Like going to a Bentley, like
right.
You're upper echelon, right? Like you're higher. There's a hierarchy. Like you can't tell me what to do. And I found myself just like being in environments I didn't belong in.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, it's my choice to be in those. So I've chosen to be in the environments, and I'm being very intentional.
Right.
I use that word a lot. Is intentional.
Yeah.
Be intentional about what you're gonna do daily.
Right.
So even today, like when you hit me, it's like, hey, I hope you're. Yeah. Let me look at the schedule. Boom.
Yeah.
I'm adding it right now.
That's dope.
Because I knew I was gonna be with Will from 9 to 12 and volunteering there, and then there'll be some time or whatever. And then I got the invite to go to the enshrinement. So like every day is mapped out. And I'm old school. I like to write things down because it sticks with me more. Rather than we have so many touch points with our phones that like you forget. Like the alarm goes off and you swipe it up. You're like, all right, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And you forget to do that thing. But if you write it down and you go back to that book, that's what's really helped me to be.
I do that with my notes.
Yeah.
My notes in my phone. I make sure I gotta put alarms to alert me because mine be racing and you kind of get back. All right, but we try to keep them like a half an hour. I think we've been close to it. So I think the main thing and the big thing is like you started in your garage, bro.
Yeah.
And now you moving on to something bigger.
Yeah.
Talk us through that like quickly, and then how important that is to you. That's a milestone. You know what I'm saying? So talk to us about that.
Yeah. You got to show up daily, man. And that's what it was. Like I showed up daily during COVID. I was essential. I did some one-on-one stuff. Roel Figueroa, shout out to the Figueroas for believing in Train 42 when it was just in the garage. There was a flag up in the garage, and I had a couple pieces of equipment. And Juice is the one that gave me the equipment. Central was getting rid of their equipment, so I got the first rack from Juice, and we brought it over. And then I just started adding little things. Right, I added a little bit more equipment. And we built it, and that's where you'll see a lot of our taglines online is brick by brick.
Yeah.
We built it, we didn't buy it, and so we built it brick by brick. We started throwing paint on the walls, making it a place where kids felt comfortable and felt like proud about being.
Yeah.
And so the social media starts to head off a little bit. A year later, I got about 25 kids, and I believed in myself, and I went ahead and said, all right, I gave my boss an 8-week notice. Said, hey, you got 8 weeks for me. Like, go ahead and pick my brain as much as you need to. And then July 5th, 2021, I went full time with it. And so I haven't looked back. And there've been some rough moments of like, man, things aren't adding up. Maybe I should go back. I got a family to take care of because it's not just about me no more. But the biggest thing that has happened in the 4 years and the 5 years in total is that my kids get to be around people that they can call role models day in and day out. And I let the kids know that I'm working with, like, yo, you can be a mentor right now. Like at 12 years old, 13 years old. Like my son is 7 at the time. And like he looks up to you.
Looks up.
Yo, my daughter's looking at you, young lady, and like, you're her.
Yeah.
And so we're uplifting both sides. So that's the biggest thing is that we got super strong women in our program, like young ladies that are squatting the house and hang cleaning and all this stuff. Like we treat them as athletes, not by their gender,
Right.
So, and then today, man, like August 29th was the last day we had a garage session. And I thought it was going to be like this climactic thing where like mad people showed up and all this stuff. And we had 6 kids in the session.
Right.
And now we're making the transition. So, we established Holyoke at the beginning of August, and then mid-August or so, another opportunity opened up in Agawam. So we actually have 2 locations right now. So we got a location in Agawam at MCU. We took over all the strength and conditioning over there.
Yeah.
That's already rolling right now while Holyoke is developing.
Oh, wow.
So we're hoping in the next 5 weeks, Holyoke should be developing. And the dope thing about Holyoke and that one is that this is where we put all the connections together. All the people that said, hey, Goob, if you ever need anything, or, hey, I see what you're doing with Train 42. If I can ever help, I start to tap those people on the shoulder now. I'm like, hey, we're coming. Like, it's here. We're happening right now. And so I'm a big fan of Dion, too. I see the way that he leads out at Colorado.
Yeah. Dion
and, I want to be that type of guy. Again, Dion has his own personality. I'm not Dion in no shape or form. But that's why I played corner. It was because of Dion in 95.
Yeah.
And then now I see what he's doing with young people. And I kind of want to emulate that. And I take things from Dion and, I try to emulate them as much as I can. And I just want people to be proud. I want the kids to be proud about being a part of Train 42.
Right.
And that's where it's at for me today is we're going to make Train 42 more accessible than it's ever been to kids in Western Mass. And so shout out to all the other trainers, that are doing it. The Jordan Almores, the Solomon Baymans. I love what's his name, man? John Garcia. I love the way John coaches kids and stuff like that. And there's so many. Like, I'm gonna forget some people, but
there's a lot of people doing it, but it's needed.
It's needed, you know. And again, even my older people, like the John Mogwins, the Marcus Sepulvedas, rocking with R11, R7, right, the Flag League. So we're just gonna come together and collaborate. That's love. And I'll leave it on this, man. I was with Solomon today. Yeah. He's the one that tapped me in to chime in on the Will Dawkins piece and Wuna, and love what Wuna's doing. He coaches my son and love that. Yep. But I'm gonna leave it on this. This is what Sal always has said to me, man, is that collaboration breeds excellence. So that's what we're doing right now. Yeah. You know, we connecting, we're collaborating on what we hope is going to be an excellent show. Yep. So, we hope that everybody enjoyed it, the content. Reach out, man. At Train42 LLC on IG. We're on Facebook as well. And, I think we'll definitely get to the point where we're on, X and all that stuff. Still lagging on TikTok, but we'll get somebody from our program, I think, to take care of our social media, which will be good.
Y'all gonna blow up, man. 2 facilities from the garage. That's inspiring, man. That's inspiring to me. That's inspiring to anybody that's, I'm sure, is tapping in and watching this. Again, it's not just for Holyoke people. So if you're from Springfield, you can get over there and get some good work in. And I think that's what's needed. I'm not sure. I know when I was here, the Holyoke, Springfield, we didn't share resources as much. So I hope now that, you have Harry's, you have Jordan Almore's, you have all these people, that the resources are kind of going back to where it's not separated as much. But we appreciate you coming down. Your story is amazing. Wish you much success. George, I know you about to get on the 1 mile a day now that he mentioned that.
Let's get it.
Nah.
Hey, start at a half mile, George. You'd be surprised, man.
I play golf. I don't need all
let's go. Golf. Let's go. Invite me out on the course then, man. I need to get the links up, man.
But appreciate you coming down. And the producers out, man. If you want to get on, if you got something you building, something you're doing, entrepreneurs, artists, feel free to reach out to us. We'll get you on and talk about your story, your journey. And that's what it's about. We see y'all next episode.